Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like there will be light at the end of the tunnel for SRP. If you didn't know, there have been a logo battle between Ripple and the SEC. The SEC sued Ripple in 2020 for selling SRP without registering it as a security. But it looks like William HeMan is going to be the reason why Ripple is going to win this case. So you might be wondering, who is HeMan? HeMan was the former director of the SEC's Division of Corporation Finance. In 2018, he gave a speech declaring that a token is not a security once it becomes sufficiently decentralized. Of course, he was warned that his statement was not true to the law, that it could cause confusion in an already confused market. And talking about confusion, if you ask the present chair of the SEC to speak to a particular cryptocurrency with regards to whether it is a security or not, he's going to say the following.
I think there's been clarity for years. I'm not going to speak about one. I'm not going to speak to any one matter. I'm not going to get into any one company or one token. But I can't speak about any possible investigations. And I'm not speaking to all the other tokens. But I'm not going to get into any one filing because I'm not going to talk about any one of these tokens. I can't speak to any one case or any one situation.
Could you speak to the Ethereum issue?
I'm not going to go into any one set of conversations between the agency and a company. Not want me to speak about any one set of facts and circumstance. And the laws are clear. The law is clear. I think the law is clear.
Could HeMan's speech be part of this confusion? As you can see right here, although HeMan claimed that the speech was his personal view, he and the SEC touted it as guidance.
Mind you that my remarks are mine alone, not necessarily those of the commission, the commissioners, or the staff.
Here is a nice thread from Ripple's lawyer detailing who you need to know regarding the reactions from senior SEC officials to HeMan's speech. Head of Trading and Markets said, because the list of factors is so extensive and appears to include things that go beyond typical hardware analysis of concerns, this might lead to greater confusion on what is a security. HeMan ignored those concerns. Head of Trading and Markets also directly asked HeMan to tie his newly invented factors more closely and explicitly to the hardware analysis. Again, HeMan ignored the suggestion. Office of the General Counsel and T&M called this factor legally irrelevant. Has this person or group retained a stake or the interest in the digital assets such that it would be motivated to expend efforts to cause an increase in value in the digital asset? HeMan kept it. T&M and OGC noted that HeMan skipped over the threshold jurisdictional question of whether a digital asset meets the legal standards of a security. HeMan jumped to asking whether the SEC's oversight could be beneficial. He ignored this regulatory gap. On June the 4th, HeMan wrote he didn't see a need to regulate ETH as a security and would call Vitalik Buterin, a co-founder of Ethereum, later that week to confirm our understanding. On June the 12th, OGC expressed its reservations about including a statement directly about ETH in the speech because it would make it difficult for the agencies to take a different position on ETH in the future. Could this be the reason why it was difficult for Gary Gensler to answer this question?
Okay, so do you recognize, how would you categorize Ether then?
Look, I think that the general sweep of what Congress did, not just in the 30s, but as amended.
I'm asking you, sitting in your chair now, to make an assessment under the laws as exist. Is Ether a commodity or a security?
Without speaking to anyone.
I know you've repeatedly said you're not going to speak to one, except you've spoken to one, Bitcoin. So I'm asking you to speak to a second one, the second largest market cap here.
And speaking to the tokens, there's 10 to 12,000. If there's a group of entrepreneurs in the
asking
middle,
about one.
The public is anticipating a profit based on the...
I'm asking you a specific question, Chair Gensler. I said this in private. This should be no shock to you. I'm asking this question. Is Ether a commodity or a security?
And again, it depends on the facts and the law, and if there's a group of individuals...
I'm asking you about the facts and the law sitting in your seat and the judgment you are making.
And so, Mr. Chair, I think you would not want me to prejudge because I'm also.
But you have
aware-
prejudged on this. You've taken 50 enforcement actions. We're finding out as we go, as you file suit, as people get Wells notices on what is the security in your view, in your agency's view. I'm asking you a very simple question about the second largest digital asset. What is your view?
And my view is if there's a group of individuals in the middle that the public is
All right.
So Ripple's lawyer continues, so what should happen now? First, remove the speech immediately from the SEC's website, and then an investigation must be concluded to understand what or who influenced HeMan, why conflicts were ignored, and why the SEC touted the speech knowing it would create a greater confusion. And finally, HeMan's speech should never again be invoked in any serious discussions about whether a token is a security or not. So guys, what do you think about all of this? Gary Gensler, the chair, and this case in particular, do you think SRP Ripple is going to win this case? Well, leave your thoughts in the comment section. This is it for this video. This is Briggs LBs and is your guy Ken signing off.